Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, yesterday we were talking about the crude oil market because we had that big ABCD completing right here. There's your A, B, C, D. We were watching 382s. You remember we saw a small one here. We saw another one right there. And then last night, you can see we had another large one that led to this market that went up and completed a big ABCD here this morning up here near the 1.618 level. It's not went quite a bit level above it, but that has completed that move. As far as the short side right here, you can see we're right up against that 382 level one more time. I show that to you folks because everything I do is related to ABCD. When I get off of ABCD, run into a little trouble. So that's what we're watching here as we're watching. Here's another one that we were looking at this morning. This is the cattle market. And again, you can see here, we had a little rally this morning, just right about the 50%, little ABCD here. We went right down to the exact low here, 25.47. That's only bounced a little bit, but that was a 5-cent move in cattle when you're looking to trade cattle that way. Okay, now let's go back to where we were yesterday because we were looking at something in the British pound. If you'll remember, there's where we were in the British pound. And I said, well, it probably doesn't have enough to really make anything worth anything. But you can see we took out the high here of the 22nd of July. We didn't go anywhere. And now we backed off a little bit, not even 100 pips yet. But there was the ABCD. There's your 1.618. That's why the risk was so small. And it hasn't made very much. It's only made about $500. But that's better than losing. So that's what we're watching here as we're watching these things unfold. Now, something else big has happened here this morning that not many people are talking about. I hope I get it right. Just get this out of the way here. And we'll see here where we are here. We got to get to the gold market here, folks. Just bear with me a second because we came very, very close to a really big number here this morning. Hold on one second. There's where we are. You can see the ABCD we have to the downside. You notice how we took out this low, and we've been talking about that low for several days. And because it is exactly at the 78% level right here, as I recall. Boy, I hope I did that right because I had that thing locked up. I think it was, and it was it. No, shut the front door. Well, you know what? I know this is important, so let me go to the daily and see, because this might be the situation where, no, that's not it. That was the 4-hour. Let's try the 4-hour on this. Well, that was the 4-hour. Let me try the hourly. I had that. I didn't get filled. That's why I was wondering here. And no, that's not it. Doggone it. That number. Yeah, here's the number right here. This is the number. Oh, excuse me. It wasn't. I thought it was 74, but it's 64 is the actual number. 65 was the actual number. Now, you can see we've come down here this morning. This was a real easy trade early this morning, folks. Look at this on the 13-minute because you can see the three. You can see the three drives like this, or the 135 pattern so very nicely. You know, there's your first really good ABCD that breaks down up here. Then you make your target right down here. All you've done so far is make little 382 retracements here. You haven't done anything at all to tell you that this is going to be stopping or having a major reversal. Each one of these, you can see there's your first one right here. There's your first sign. You have a beautiful ABCD setting right off of this one. Then after the market breaks, it comes down and it goes right up. Well, it makes 50%. The difference here is only like $4. And then we start coming down, and that's what we're still doing. We have completed this pattern right here. That's where our low came in this morning, was on the, just one second, folks. I get this up here, was your ABCD leg right here. And there you can see, well, didn't even make how close we came. Well, yeah, well, it came within 30 cents of the exact low here, so that should be it. Now we're getting a little bit of a small bounce here right now. Okay, now we'll move that gold out of the way here, and we need to talk just a tiny bit about the grain markets, folks, because they are getting absolutely massacred here, and I don't think it's as bad as everybody thinks it is, but we're going to take a look at it. Now, the first one we're going to look at here is the corn. Now you can see here, corn took out the lows of the last couple of days here today at 93. We've only rallied 3 cents. I believe we're heading down to this level right here, which is down quite a bit more. That's down around 377. And so that's down about another 19, 20 cents. We took those lows out, which the fact that it didn't collapse was positive if you're looking at it that way. But to me, it looks still looks lower. This is, you don't want to try to catch a falling safe. Now, you can try it, but, there's no ABCDs here that measure in here. You see, the ABCDs come down lower, and that's what we base everything on. So you don't want to get involved with that. That's a main thing of, what you're trying to do. It's not how much money you make, folks. It's how much money you don't lose, and that is the real key to everything that you're looking at when you're doing these things, okay? All right, now let's move this over here, and we want to talk just a little bit about the Russell, because Russell, had a big run here, but it's off 60 handles from the high, folks. As you can see here, we had that level up here. We'll draw this up in on the daily because that's what we were watching. Oh, there was the old high right up there. You can see that's what we did, but we were watching it on the 4 hour, as I recall, on the thing. Yeah, see, we were looking for it to get to 15. I thought because of this 1.27 extension, it would take you up to here, but we only got up to, we did make it. I think that's it. Holy moly, guacamole. Hold on just a second. Let's rechange this, and we'll make this a 127 and see if it hit there, because that'll be more information for us to look at. And there, it misses it by $2. So it's pretty close. Now we've had a pretty big break, but nothing exciting today. Look, folks, even with this big break, I think all we've done is come down and stopped right at the 382, and we had a pretty good rally. So, 10, 15 points, not very much. But anyway, those are the things that we're sort of paying attention to here this morning. And that's what's exciting about all this stuff, is that it doesn't always work, but when it does, it's, kind of exciting. So we have a few things going. Getting back to the Dow Jones, because I wanted to point this out. This hasn't really done very much and very quiet. Nobody's afraid in here, folks. After this run like this, they have no reason to be afraid. But today's action, you can see here, the low today so far, let's just clean it up here just a little bit and take a look at it. And you can see that if you can call this a low, and you can because you went sideways for so doggone long, it probably stopped at the 50%. Now, what I was watching this morning when this NASDAQ was jumping around as much as it was, then you'll see you go right down here, and that's should get down here to, there should be some pretty strong support here at 44,700. That's 100 and some bucks from where we are right now. What we're going to do is we're going to go to a smaller time frame and talk about this, because this is where you can control your risk the best. Okay, so stay with us and we'll be right with you. Okay.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Folks, I'll beat with the Dow Jones in just a moment. I just wanted to show you the Russell here. Now you can see after the big break this morning, you'll notice that we had the high that's right there. And you'll see the rally back went exactly to the 382 within 1 point. And then we come down. Now we made a lower low. So if that's the case, what you need to do is to redo it, because you've got another 382 that's going to be coming in, and that comes in here at 2304. So that's what we're watching here with this. Now you notice that the S&P 500 is much, much stronger than this. We'll get the S&P. I'm going to be with you in the Dow in just a second, but here's the S&P. The S&P, believe it or not, folks, I know you don't like ABCDs, but guess what? Here's your pattern today in the old S&P, okay? Now, if you like ABCDs, we're going to draw one in. There was our high here, all right? Then our low came in. Where was the low that I was looking at off of this one? Oh, shucks. I can't even draw that in. I get to do it this way. It goes from this spot right here down, okay? And then you come over and match it with that one, and there it is right there, right on the money. And then you can see what we've done so far. It's just backed off. Each one of these, we rallied up to the 786 of that move, and now we backed off of here. We're coming back. We could easily go up and make another new high up in here without any trouble at all. So that's why, see, when you're dealing with the S&P, you got about, there's 500 stocks, but frankly, the way they trade them, 50 of them, you know, the NASDAQ stocks, the real expensive ones, those are the ones that are the most expensive. Now, let's get over here to the Dow Jones, because that's the easier one to trade. Now, here's the movement in the Dow after we had the high overnight. We took that high out by we missed that high by just a little bit. You remember that was the 1.27 and ABCD on the longer term basis, okay? Now, after that broke, now this was the big break this morning, we dropped 300 and some points in the Dow Jones, and then what we did is we rallied back. And you'll see here, this was the first rally. There's your ABCD leg right here, okay? We're going to draw it in so you can see it happening. Now, this is It's just a pattern, but that's it. They happen to be these all the time. Now you notice that it misses it. See, 94, well, it misses it by 10 points, and now we're having another rally. This rally here is another 100 and some point rally here in the Dow Jones that we're rallying. So what you have to do is you got to watch that, because there's your high back here. So that's the key. And if you mark it off from here to here, you're going to see here we just hit it just a minute ago right there at that level. So that's why when you see these things unfolding like that, that's why it's really difficult to, you should do that. It helps you understand what's actually going on with the market here today. I've already covered the rest of these now. I want to get up here. Hold on 1 second and get to 1 second. Now, someone asked about, well, this is the crude oil we're looking at. And you can see here, there was that big ABC right up here. Okay, I went a little bit higher. Here's where we are right now. It's not a big deal, but that's just another ABCD pattern that we're looking at. Now, I want to go back in one of the grain markets here and talk to you here about the wheat market, because I still have a strong affinity for the wheat, and we're making new lows still. There we are. You can see we still are making new lows. All right, and there's where we are. See, we tried it here, it didn't work, and now we're still coming down. Now, where do I go from here if I want to buy the wheat? You see you're making new lows as you come down. You've exceeded all of your ABCDs, so the only thing you can do is you can see how much do you have to risk to see if the bottom's going to come in. There's only one way to determine that, is to find out what the expansions move are from these levels right here. Now, you can see we're sitting right at the 1.27. We've been here for 1, 2, 3 days. Okay, our low today was 21. We're trading at 24 right there, right now. That tells me my original buy was going to be at 28 with a stop at 21, but that one filled and broke even. But now here's where we are. We're right setting there at 24 with our low today is 21. That's the 1.27 expansion. This could be off by just a little bit, so maybe that's good. All I know, if I buy wheat here, I don't have to risk more than a nickel. I can become a farmer buying it at 24 and putting a stop at 20. The old low was at 20, so you put your stop right there at 20 and you're only risking a nickel. $200 to be a farmer. Let's do one other thing to double check some of these numbers, because they go back so far. I'm not sure that they're correct, but let's just do that together right now and get this out of the way. See these larger numbers. So people are not going to stop eating cookies, pasta, and bread, folks. That's just not going to happen. All right. See, we've gone below that number quite a bit, and we've gone through all of the numbers by quite a bit. So the only thing we have to see if it's any good or not is that 1.27 expansion. That's all we have now. Geometry precedes the pattern. So this is geometry, and that's where we are right now. The best way to do this, and you don't have to be a rocket science to do it, let's just go down to the smaller time frame and see what we have here. Okay, look, we're still coming down. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. If you want to buy this stuff, your buy point was supposed to be at 28, and look where we are now. We're at 23. So I can't be a buyer here. I just have to wait. Even though I want to be a buyer, I might have to buy it with strength, but that's okay, and that's what I'll have to do. So I can't buy corn, and I can't buy wheat. So let's move on, and let's talk a little bit about the soybean market. We come up here, and we'll watch here the soybean market here, and we'll be right here. Hold on 1 second to get these November beans up, because they've had a little bit of a sell-off today. Well, a little bit more than a little. We almost got up to the, we had that big move down, ABCD. Now we come up here and we ran into resistance here. Didn't quite make the 786. So we're starting to come down now, and this has been a good move. Okay, so if you want to buy the beans, you go to your hourly chart and get ready to buy a 382 pullback. Okay, there was the one we missed. Okay, that was with all the things going on in the rest of the markets. I didn't put that into the video, but there was a 135 pattern right at the 618. I mean, just spot on, and that had a big move. As you can see, it took off, and now we're backing off. So what we want to be watching for is the 382, because I don't believe this market's by far over, because between the 1st of August and the end of August is when the soybeans are in pollination. So as you come up here, your 382 here is, watch it here at 23. We're at 29 right now. So keep an eye on that. If it can hold that, then it's got a chance. But boy, the risk here would be very, very small. You have to risk about a nickel. Well, you got to risk 8 cents. Your stop would have to be below here. But that's what we're paying attention to here on the soybeans, okay? Now, the one I like the best, and I still like this one, this is going to be with me for until it gets filled at 5,100. So let's get up here and we'll see where we are. It's coming down good. Okay, this is where we are yesterday, and what we're going to do now is do exactly what we did yesterday, and that is to clean out everything here and get this out of the way. Delete all. I said delete all. There you go. Okay, here's where we are with the. Okay, there's our soybean oil. All right. Now, the last correction that we had, the last major correction, was like this. All right. That was a really big one. You can see the ABCD probably right at the 382. Let's just double check it. That was at 50%. And now what we're going to be doing is we want to see this repeat over here, because these markets repeat a lot. And so this is the one we'd be watching. That comes in at 5,000 right here. And that will be, let's get this up and show you from your low. There it is right there. There's your 5,100, equality and everything. So let's stay tuned. And I believe we had Paula Webb is our guest today, but watch this oil at 51.20, folks. That's the one I like the best. Be afraid, be afraid.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day, Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Yeah, we're back, folks, and I believe we have PT Webb, Paula Webb, in the house. How are you doing, Paula?
Good. How are you, Larry?
Very good, dear. What are we looking at today?
Well, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the new book coming out.
Good.
The Sacred Path of the Warrior Trader. And one of the things that we focus on in the book is the promises that traders make. Okay, now, I mean, just in life in general, I know myself, I say, I pray to God, I promise you I'll stop swearing during Lent. Okay, so, I mean, of course, I never managed to make it all through 40 days, but anyway, we make all these kind of promises that really don't matter too much if we don't follow through on them. But as traders, if we make promises, let's just say, to your family that, yes, I'm going to be a trader and I'm going to make money. That's a promise. That's a guarantee that you make to your family. You make a promise to yourself to only put on valid trades, not move your stops, and follow your rules without fail. But as a trader, if you break those promises, that could lead to a lot of problems financially, right?
Yes.
So to make a good analogy here, from one of my favorite movies, The Godfather, I just love that movie, not because, I'm telling anybody to become a criminal or anything like that, but, but the theme of that movie overall is power and knowing what you think and what you believe to accomplish your goals. Now, again, I'm not talking about bad stuff. I'm just saying, if you look at it from a perspective of Michael Corleone's character, when he didn't want to be part of the family business, right? He was very adamant about that until they almost killed the Godfather, his father. And then a switch went off in his brain, and he made a promise to his father that he was with him now in the business. So it took a cataclysmic event to bring Michael into the family business. So a lot of what my book is going to focus on is I don't want traders to have to go through a cataclysmic event with a major drawdown before they start honoring the promises they made to themselves. Okay, and although you guys listening out there, what promises you made to yourself before you became a trader, what promises you make every day while you're trading. So you need to start honoring those promises you made to yourself, because you can do this. You're smart. You know how to trade. You know how to read a chart. So follow through on that. All those promises you made to yourself that you're going to be a consistently winning trader. And if you can't do it, then you're going to buy my book or you're going to call me for a consulting session, and I'm going to straighten you out. Okay? So, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. All right. So
it makes sense to me.
Yeah. So my point being is, don't beat yourself up if you haven't followed through on your promises. Just recognize it and say, okay, well, tomorrow's a new day, and I'm going to start believing in myself so I can honor those promises that I made to myself and my family that I'm going to be consistently successful. And it really can be that simple if you get out of your own way. And that's where I come in with my coaching. So so the book will get you started, but you'll probably still need some coaching, which is what I'm here for.
People don't realize that because, there's no really trading schools to go to. I've had some university classes where they talked about economics and things like that, but they never get into the, the nitty gritty of actually putting the order on, taking responsibility for it, either long or short. And that you learn the hard way. That's a school of hard knocks. It's always been that way. And the faster you learn it, the better off you're going to be. So people just don't want to, shake the tree and try to understand what the hell's going on. So I agree with you. It takes a little bit of time to do it, but if we never know.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was saying we never know whether you're right or wrong. That's the whole thing. Everything's about risk control. You watch these with volatility we're seeing in these markets. We haven't seen this since COVID, and it's just getting started. I mean, we're going to see swings. I mean, look at the Nasdaq today. It's had it was down 700 and then up 500. That's a 1,200 point move, $12,000 move in the Nasdaq in one day. I mean, that's a big deal. So that's why you got to be careful. Yep. Amen to that.
A lot of fun if you have your mind right.
That's correct. Paula, I had a question from one of our listeners, and that is, we always talked about some of these little hot cards that Mark used to have, his little positive expectation cards that he carried with him all the time. Are those available to folks if they'd like to buy them?
They're going to be soon. We just switched our website over to a new provider. We just got the secure certificate and all that. So for secure ordering, and so we're just this week. Actually, I'm finishing up putting all the new products up. So by next week, we should be able to order them.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Well, listen, thanks for joining us today, and we're going to have you on again. Tell us about the book. When do you think it'll finally be ready, PT?
Well, as you know, I'm moving in 2 weeks, so I'm almost unpacking. So once I get the kitchen packed, I'm going to finish up the book. I'm just, when you write a book, Larry, as you know, you have to read it and reread it and reread it, to try and catch all the typos or whatever. And so after a while, your brain kind of gets fried and you just can't read it. So I have to give myself a couple days to take a break from editing. And so I would say probably, it'll be out by the end of the month, end of August.
Okay, that's pretty good. Well, you let us know when it's on and we'll have you on the program. Okay, dear?
I will.
Tell the folks how they can reach you one more time. Just because I know people out there need help, whether they go with you or not, I don't know, but they ought to pay attention to it because trading is not. It's a destination. It's a journey. I mean, you never end. You never stop learning. That's the whole thing. So you got to keep that learning segment moving. So, what's the best way to reach you?
760-636-4290 or paulatwebb.com. And my cell number for critical events is 442-256-0548. If you're stuck in a bad trade.
Okay, we'll have you on again soon. So thanks for joining us. And PT Webb, you know what to do, folks. If you need help, there's your go-to gal. So she has been mine for 44 years. Okay. Thanks a lot, PT, for joining us. And you bet. We'll be right back, folks. We've got a little bit more to go. I hope I haven't beat the old clock again. 46 seconds. Sorry, Al. I know that's a lifetime. So let's take a look at Apple. We always have a chance to look at Apple, bring it up to take a look at because we have some really active markets here. I think Apple was up today, as I recall. Yep, it's smoking and joking. It's one of the reasons why the Dow has come back a little bit. There you can see here, Apple's still on the way up, and we're exceeding all these. Actually, there's where we are. Okay, we'll be right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, as you can see here, Apple is actually down just a little bit on the day. I was supposed to make a 236 on this run. I got to 235.70. Now it's down just a little bit on the day, so really very much. The one that I have a strong interest in, of course, is Microsoft, because that has one of the most bearish patterns that I have seen in a stock, especially a big one that's number 2 in the line for the old there's where we were yesterday. You can see we went on that big move here. We went to the 382 yesterday. It came down. It's up a little bit today here, up about 4 points, but really having a lot of trouble. Okay, I get questions all the time about all of these ABCDs. Folks, I don't know what's happening because I've never seen this many of them in a row. I think it means something, but again, maybe I'm wrong and maybe it doesn't happen this time. I don't know, but there's a lot of ABCDs everywhere in the world, not just here. I mean, we're talking about everywhere. Anyway, let's move on here just a minute and we'll get this Microsoft out of the way here. Hold on one second and we'll get up here, take a quick look at it. And let's take it. Someone's asked about Netflix, so hold on one second. We'll try to answer that. Of course, this is one that's been really strong, as always. Here's the daily. I haven't looked at this in a long time, but I can see something right here that we're up again today here in Netflix. Let me reset this, get the defaults correct, folks. Otherwise, it's going to look a little squirrely. There's what we want to see. Okay, the last time we had a run here, we had the ABCD down here in the bottom on April 7th, and we had the straight up run. Looks like we made a nice ABCD here in Netflix up here. And there, well, it went right exactly to 238, 13. Wow. Holy cow, I didn't realize there's that much. 1350, we come down, and now we're rallying back. And we're almost at a head and shoulders pattern, but there's your shoulder, right shoulder. But whether we get there or not, let's just mark this up. We'll look at for future date. We got to the 50% level. We can't get above that. If we get above that, I'm going to put this beeper in because if it fails, that means it's going to get above the 1260 level. It's got to get up another $12, and then the head and shoulders pattern. And it's not a very symmetrical one. You can see the symmetry here in the there's your ABCD right there. Beautiful. See the number of days up. Everything lines up really good. Okay, so we'll move this out of the way here right now, and we'll get this out of the way. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about, hold on one second, I wanted to get that gold chart up here because This is the one that has my really strong interest, and I'll tell you what I have to do. I have to switch this over to the GC. I've got to put it onto the GL in the actual gold December chart, because they rolled it over, and that really skews the examination here, because I believe, get this up here, you're going to see what I mean here. Yes, there's what I wanted to show you right here. This is the daily, and as you can see here, we did take that low out, and I believe, let me refresh this, okay? Hold on right here. All right, let me clean everything out, because this number is very, very important, because the other number was right there. Okay, now we have to look, because what it did today, nope, it didn't quite get there. See, it's still got to get to that 65 level. We took it out, but I believe we're still heading down in that direction. There's been some nice little ABCDs here in gold here. Just last night, you can see there were several of them that just lined up beautifully here. You know, there's one, beautiful one right here. That was an ABC. Well, I think I already pointed that out. We'll do it again, because it's so much fun when you do see them. There it is right there, and bang, you went. They had another one right here that led to the down, and we still headed down. You see, it's just bouncing back a little bit. It's still bearish. There's nothing bullish about this. So that's what I'm watching here. Now, I'm going to put this up just to see if the AI brought anything to our attention today, and you'll see here, well, it's not too bad. There's where we are. I should say we're rallying up into this one right here, but overall, see, there was a little low here, a little low here, a little low here. Still, it means we're heading down. That's really what it means. We just completed a small ABCD right here just now. Probably tradable. Let's just look and see from the high that we made right back here. Oh, shut the front door and raise the rent. And there's where we are. Right here. Here's what I want to take that one. This isn't even close. I can eyeball that and tell you it's only 20%. So that's an ABCD, but a micro one. You can see you're only talking about $10, so that's really very little and nothing to go on right there. Main thing is in the stock market close, and folks, if we close really strong today in the stock market and everything makes new highs, boy, oh boy, don't stand in front of it, because that thing can run and run and run and run and run. We're not seeing in some of these other markets, but the markets are extremely volatile. Just look at the swings here in the NASDAQ, folks. This was truly amazing, because this morning we talked about this, the fact that it had this perfect ABCD right there, okay? And that was exactly 61% of the previous day's range and exactly 382 of the low back on the 7th. That's why they watch these numbers. When they hit, they're just like magic. And if you were watching it real closely, like we were, you'll see here, there's your ABCD right before the report. There's your almost exactly at the 382. From there, it dropped 23.90. It dropped 100 handles, $2,000. And what did it do? It rallied $3,000. I mean, hello, operator, and then back down again. This is what we've been doing all day. Look at this choppiness that we have. This is big time stuff that we're dealing with here, folks. There's trillions of dollars, actually 7.7 trillion out there. And if something happens and it starts to roll over, it's not going to be pretty. But that's a long way from where we are right now, okay? Let's move over here to talk about the euro. We had a question about the euro coming in here, and I'll just get it up here for a second, and then we'll take a quick look at it. And there's where we are. Okay, here's the euro. Well, see, it went up exactly to the 786 yesterday, folks. You can see we made the higher high here that we were mentioning yesterday. Just refresh this today, 2 days. Yeah, see, it went a little bit higher, and then today there's where we were. Let's look at this on the smaller time frame. I was involved with other stuff, so I wasn't watching this too. Oh, there was your key right here. Gosh darn you. Talk about this, but you sometimes don't worry about it. Now, this is the euro, okay, it is the most actively traded in the world. Beats anything, including Bitcoin, by far. From this level right here, where'd we go to? Right there is your 382 market rallies. 50 pips right into this, and then bang, and had another 382 right here, and we're still heading down. Now, there's a small ABCD here, but that to me is pretty much untradeable. But this one you have to watch because it took a whole hour, little more than an hour and a half to make this right here, and that was the 382 off of the high. Then, as you can see, once it started down, that's what you want to do. Your main thing is when you see a strong trending market, switch over to watch the 382s. And we have a strong trending market coming down, okay? So let's just look at this together. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this. This is Mother God and country stuff. There's your low, high right here. There's your low. This goes to 50%, not 382, okay? The next one, we'll get this out of the way. The next one does come to the 382. I believe. Hold on a second. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us, and we'll be right back in a minute. I'll draw this in, and we'll get it all done here. Hold on just a second.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, I brought this chart up of the NASDAQ from what we looked at on Tuesday. That number came in right up here. We broke down. We stopped right there, folks. That was the exact 61% retracement of the low of the 7th, and it was exactly 382 of that low right there. So if we get below that, Today's low in the NASDAQ. That's going to be a really bad sign. But, folks, it's now 300 handles away from that. Dropped 700 handles, rallied back 500 handles. So this is really great volatility, and we're going to see more of it as we go through here and looking at this. Remember, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose. Yes, I know I've been trying to nibble at the grains, and that's what I am, a nibbler, because I don't want to risk very much. I'm not going to buy something and watch it go down every day. That's just not very much fun. And I've been there, done that. No good. Nebahachi, as Tonto used to say, means never happened. Okay, let's move on to just one other chart that I want to remind you of, which is very, very important, and that is the correlation between Bitcoin and the NASDAQ. This is a correlation about 95%, and that's what we're watching right here. By the way, John Jameson is writing his Substack and also his, I can't remember the other one, but if you're interested in John's work, he'll be publishing stuff here very shortly. Make sure you hit the like button if you like it, because he writes great. He's a really good Numuar or something like mystery writer, and he does a great job. Anyway, that's what we're watching here today, folks. So let's remember, it's not about how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose. When the market does turn, and we've made a little bit here, a little bit there, but when the market starts in a downtrend, I know how to handle that, and I think we'll be okay. Whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day, I don't know, but it's coming, and it's going to hurt an awful lot of people. That much I am 100% sure of. I can promise you that. Well, within limits, of course. Okay, folks, that's it. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow. And our guest will be Mike Moore. We'll be right back tomorrow.
Steve